a tearful goodbye is near. Your son has been carrying this alone. My beloved soul, listen with your heart, because this is not an ordinary message. This is not just a voice passing by, it is heaven bending low to whisper something that was hidden behind silence. There is a tearful goodbye that has been forming in the unseen, and it is tied to the one you love more than life itself, your son. He has been carrying a weight on his shoulders, walking with a smile on his face while hiding storms in his chest. He has been holding secrets in his silence, pain in his laughter, and burdens in his quiet hours. You think you see his joy, but behind those eyes are stories he never spoke, nights he could not sleep, and questions he never found the courage to ask. This message comes like a divine knock on your heart, because heaven saw the tears he shed when no one was watching. Heaven saw the heavy breath he took when he thought nobody noticed. And heaven knows you are the only one who can stand in the gap for him right now. My child, hold on and stay with me, because you must hear every word. Do not scroll away, for this moment is sacred. Your son has been carrying this pain alone because he did not want to burden you. He thought he would protect you by hiding it, but in truth, his silence has become his prison. Archangel Michael has been circling his name, lifting his soul, trying to place light where darkness has been clinging to him. God himself says this is the hour for unveiling. This is the hour for you to step into his world, to look into his eyes deeper than ever before, and to let him know, you are not alone. I am here. Every goodbye that feels near is not meant to end in sorrow. Sometimes heaven brings us close to the edge just so we will awaken, just so we will say the words we've kept inside, just so we will embrace the one who has been silently crying. My dear, a new chapter is waiting, but before it opens, you must unlock the silence your son has been trapped in. He does not need you to fix every detail, he only needs your arms, your listening ear, your presence that says, you matter more than anything else. This is not coincidence that you are hearing this today. This is not by chance. You are chosen to hear this because heaven trusts you with this responsibility. The tearful goodbye that feels so near will not be his ending, it will be the end of his isolation. It will be the end of the weight he carried. It will be the end of silence, and the beginning of healing. So listen closely, beautiful soul. Do not wait for tomorrow. Look into his eyes today. Ask the question. Give him the safety to open up. Speak the love that heaven is pouring into your mouth right now. Because when you do, the goodbye will turn into a new beginning, the tears will turn into healing, and the heaviness will turn into hope. Hold on and stay with me till the end, because what I am saying to you right now is not only about him, it is also about you. His breakthrough is your breakthrough. His healing is your healing. His freedom will become your joy. This is heaven's way of telling you, the story is not over. My radiant soul, lean in closer because what I am about to say carries a weight that belongs to your heart alone. This is not a message for the crowd, this is a whisper meant for you in this exact moment. The heavens have opened their gaze, and Archangel Michael is standing with tears in his eyes because he has been watching the silent cries of your son. He carries something he believes no one can understand, but heaven has seen it all. His silence is not emptiness, it is a language of pain, a shield he wears so you cannot see the battle he is fighting inside. And listen carefully, sometimes silence is the loudest cry of all. Sometimes the brightest smile is the mask of the deepest wound. Your son has been walking in this hidden valley, carrying a load that should not be his alone. My beloved, do not be deceived by his strength, because even strong souls tremble in the midnight hour. He has been holding back, protecting you, not realizing that his healing begins the moment he shares what he has been holding. Hold on and stay with me, because this message is unfolding like a divine letter written with your name at the top. Heaven says, your presence will break his silence. Your love will open his mouth. Your arms will heal his wounds. Do not underestimate the power of your embrace, the strength of your voice when you say, I am here and I am not going anywhere. This tearful goodbye that feels near is not meant to end in despair, it is meant to awaken you. It is heaven's way of showing you the weight he has been carrying before it becomes too heavy. This is why you were chosen to hear this right now. This is why heaven interrupted your day and made you pause here. Because your son's breakthrough is written in your response. When you sit with him and look into his eyes, do not ask him for details, simply let him know he is safe. Let him know his silence has been heard. Let him know he is no longer carrying this alone. And in that moment, the chains will break. The heaviness will lift. The goodbye will shift into hello again. My child, stay with me till the end, because there is one more truth you must hold. This season of tears will turn into rivers of laughter. What looks like a storm is only the cleansing rain before the sunrise. Your son will not be lost to the shadows, he will step into light, because you are there to guide him into it. Heaven has already written this ending, and it is filled with hope, restoration, and healing. My beloved soul, listen with your heart because every word is stitched with truth that belongs to you. Imagine for a moment, your son sitting in silence, staring at the floor, his hands folded tightly as if holding on to something unseen. You might think he is simply lost in thought, but heaven whispers, those are not just thoughts, they are battles. Those are questions he cannot find answers for, and tears he does not allow to fall in front of anyone. Archangel Michael has been standing near him, placing shields around his spirit, keeping away what tried to crush him. Yet Michael weeps because he knows your son has not yet let those burdens go. He carries them, thinking it is his responsibility, when in truth heaven designed him to share, not to suffocate. He was never meant to carry this weight alone. Hold on and stay with me, because what I am saying right now is the doorway to his freedom. He is waiting for one safe voice, one hand to reach across the silence and remind him, you are loved. You are safe. You are not alone. That voice is yours. That hand is yours. Heaven has chosen you for this moment. Do not wait for the perfect time, because the time is now. Do not wait for the right words, because your presence itself speaks louder than 1,000 phrases. When you tell him, I see you, you are lifting the veil off his heart. When you tell him, I am with you, you are giving him permission to breathe again. This tearful goodbye that feels near is not the end, it is heaven's alarm clock, waking you before the silence steals more from him. Heaven does not want you to fear, heaven wants you to rise. To step into this moment as the light that he has been waiting for. The chains that hold him are not unbreakable, they are already trembling because your love is near. My radiant soul, this is not just about your son, it is also about you. Heaven is awakening you to your role as a healer, a protector, a chosen one to carry hope into his darkness. And as you step into this, something inside you will heal too. The goodbye will turn into a beginning, the pain into peace, the silence into songs of joy. So listen, my dear, he has been carrying this alone, but not anymore. Heaven has aligned this moment so that the hidden weight will be lifted, and both of you will walk into a brighter tomorrow together. My beloved child, pause everything and listen, for heaven has woven this moment only for you. Your son has been carrying an invisible bag of stones on his back, walking day after day as if nothing is wrong, but inside his heart there is a trembling. He hides it because he loves you, because he thinks silence is protection, but heaven says silence has become his heaviest chain. Archangel Michael whispers that when he sits alone at night, there are words on his tongue he cannot speak, tears in his eyes he cannot release. He wants to tell you, but he fears breaking your heart. And so he keeps it inside, burying it deeper, pretending he is fine. But the heavens see beyond pretending. They see the cracks. They see the trembling. They see the weight. Hold on and stay with me, for this is the truth that will change everything. Heaven says, you were chosen to be the one who lifts this weight. You are not just a parent, you are the voice that can break his silence, the arms that can calm his storm, the light that can guide him back home. The goodbye that feels near is not the end, it is an invitation. An invitation to step closer, to look into his eyes and see what he has been hiding. It is not about questioning him, it is about embracing him before he even speaks. When you hold him, when you whisper, I see you and I will never let you go, you are already breaking the walls he built around his heart. My radiant soul, heaven is not showing you this to frighten you. Heaven is showing you this so that healing can enter. For years, he has believed no one could carry this with him, but God says, two are stronger than one. And when you stand together, no burden can break you. So, do not delay. This is your moment to change the story. The tearful goodbye is not meant to be the last chapter. It is the turning point where silence breaks, love speaks, and healing flows. Heaven has aligned this hour so you can rise and remind your son, you never have to carry anything alone again. And as you do, you will feel something shift in you too. His freedom will birth your joy. His healing will awaken your strength. His tomorrow will shine brighter because you chose to listen today. My precious soul, lean closer now, because heaven is still speaking, and these words are written with your name shining on them. Your son has been carrying this burden like a secret letter folded tightly against his heart, afraid that if he opens it, the pain inside will spill out and touch you. He thinks he is protecting you, but in truth, his silence has been protecting no one. Instead, it has been crushing him, little by little, day by day. Archangel Michael has been watching over him like a warrior at the gates of his heart. And Michael says with a voice trembling in compassion, your son has fought bravely, but he was never meant to fight alone. The tearful goodbye you sense near is not about losing him, it is about heaven calling you to step into his storm and show him that the walls he built no longer need to stand. Hold on and stay with me, for this is not just a story, it is a divine assignment. God is saying, your presence is the medicine, your words are the key, and your love is the shelter he has been searching for. Every time you remind him, "You are not alone, I am with you," it is as if chains fall off his spirit. Listen carefully, beloved soul. He does not need perfection from you, he does not need answers to all of his questions, he simply needs your arms to remind him he is still your child, no matter how heavy the weight he carries. His healing will not come from grand speeches, it will come from your closeness, from the way you look at him and say without words, "I see you, I believe in you, I will not let you go." And here is the hidden truth heaven wants you to know: the burden he has been carrying is not just shaping him, it is also shaping you. It is awakening you to a depth of love you did not even know lived inside you. It is calling you to rise, to stand firm, to become a reflection of heaven's unconditional embrace. So listen, my radiant soul, this goodbye you fear is not the end. It is the breaking of silence, the unveiling of truth, the birth of a new closeness between you and your son that nothing can shatter. Heaven says, "What was once hidden in silence will be healed in love." This is not coincidence. This is not random. You were meant to hear this, because heaven chose you to carry this message into your son's heart. And when you do, you will not only see his freedom, you will feel your own heart begin to heal in ways you never imagined. My beloved soul, listen again, for heaven is not done speaking to you. There is a sacred rhythm in these words, a flow designed to reach deep inside your spirit. Your son has been holding his silence like a locked chest, and inside that chest are memories, emotions, and thoughts he has never allowed the light to touch. He walks with courage on the outside, but heaven says his inner world is heavy with shadows. Archangel Michael stands near him, lifting his spirit when he cannot lift it himself. And Michael says with unshakable certainty, the burden will not break him, because love is about to reach him. That love is not far away. That love is you. Heaven chose you because your voice carries a frequency that can calm storms, your embrace carries a strength that can heal wounds, and your presence carries the reminder, you are not walking this road alone. Hold on and stay with me, because this message is not just a description of his pain, it is the map to his freedom. The tearful goodbye that feels near is heaven's way of shaking you awake, reminding you that the time to step in is now. You do not need to wait for him to ask for help, your love is permission enough to break the silence. Look at him not with the eyes of worry, but with the eyes of hope. Speak not with fear, but with assurance. Tell him, even if the world turns away, I never will. Even if your voice trembles, I will hear you. Even if you fall, I will hold you. These words are more than sentences, they are weapons of light, breaking the chains his silence has wrapped around him. And listen, beautiful soul, heaven wants you to understand this too, the healing of your son will ripple back to you. When he releases what he has been holding, you will feel a weight lifting off your own chest. His freedom will bring peace to your house. His tears will water seeds of joy that have been waiting to bloom again. This is the chapter where silence turns into conversation, where hidden battles turn into shared victories, where isolation turns into togetherness. Heaven says, the story is not ending, it is beginning again. So, beloved, do not stop here. This is your sacred call. This is heaven's reminder, you were born to hold him, to remind him, to guide him. And as you do, you will see that what once looked like a goodbye will actually become a gateway to healing, closeness, and a deeper love that will echo for years to come. My beloved soul, pause for a moment and breathe, because heaven is still writing on the canvas of your heart. Your son, the one you hold so dearly, has been walking with an invisible shadow behind him. He smiles so you will not worry, but heaven reveals that his smile has been carrying tears you cannot see. He has been holding this weight like a secret song no one else can hear. Archangel Michael says, "Do not mistake his silence for strength, and do not mistake his distance for indifference." The truth is, his silence has been his shield, and his distance has been his way of protecting you from the storm within him. Yet, heaven whispers, he no longer has to carry this alone. Hold on and stay with me, for these words are your divine instruction. This is not about asking him to explain, this is about reminding him that he is safe with you. Sometimes the healing begins not with answers but with presence. When you place your hand on his shoulder, when you look into his eyes and say, "I see you, I love you, I am here," heaven begins to mend what silence has broken. Listen carefully, my radiant soul, this tearful goodbye you feel near is not about endings. It is about transformation. It is about turning what was hidden into what is shared, turning what was heavy into what is lifted, turning what was sorrow into what is hope. Heaven says, this is not the end of his story, this is the moment his story changes. And here is a hidden truth you must hold close: as your son begins to release what he has carried, you too will feel lighter. The healing that touches him will flow into your life as well. His freedom will become your joy. His peace will become your blessing. His breakthrough will become the melody of your home. Do not underestimate the power of one conversation, the power of one embrace, the power of simply saying, "You do not need to be strong alone anymore." These words are not ordinary. They are heaven's words flowing through you. They will cut through his silence like light breaking through a locked window. So listen, chosen one, this message is not coincidence. Heaven picked this moment to awaken you, because your son's freedom depends on your love rising louder than his silence. And when you step into this call, what once felt like goodbye will become a brand new beginning filled with laughter, healing, and unshakable closeness. My beloved soul, open your heart wider now, for heaven is still whispering, and every word carries light for you and for your son. He has been carrying this secret weight for so long that he has almost forgotten what it feels like to walk freely. He has taught himself to smile even when his heart aches, to laugh even when his spirit trembles, to stay silent even when his soul wants to cry out. But heaven has seen every hidden tear, every unspoken prayer, every moment when he whispered to himself, "I will be okay," while inside he felt he was breaking. Archangel Michael says, "The silence your son has lived with will not define him. The love that surrounds him will. And that love is already near, closer than his next breath, because you are the vessel heaven chose." Do not think you need the perfect words. You do not need to solve everything. You only need to be present, to open your arms, to remind him, you are never alone, not for a single moment. Hold on and stay with me, because this truth is heavy and holy. The tearful goodbye you sense is not heaven taking him away, but heaven bringing you closer. It is not a sign of loss, but a call for awakening. Heaven is reminding you that silence can no longer be the prison of his soul. It must break. And you are the one chosen to break it with love. When you sit with him and simply listen, when you look at him not with fear but with compassion, when you remind him he does not need to be strong all the time, chains will fall. The invisible walls he has built will begin to crumble. He will see in your eyes the reflection of God's love, steady and unshakable, the kind of love that says, "You are safe here. You can finally rest." And listen closely, his healing will not only transform him, it will transform you. The bond between you will deepen. The laughter that returns to him will echo into your own heart. The peace that touches him will rest inside your home. This is heaven's promise. What was carried alone will now be carried together. What was hidden in shadows will now bloom in light. So, my radiant soul, do not delay. Step closer. Speak softly. Hold firmly. Let your love be the answer his silence has been waiting for. Because what looks like a goodbye is really a new beginning, and what feels like an ending is truly the start of a healing story heaven has already written for both of you. My beloved soul, hold your heart steady, because heaven is not finished yet. Your son has been walking like a traveler carrying a bag full of stones, every memory, every secret, every hidden pain packed tightly inside. On the outside, he looks like he is moving forward, but on the inside, his steps have grown heavy. Heaven says, he is weary, not because he is weak, but because he has carried too much alone. Archangel Michael has been guarding him through nights when his thoughts felt louder than peace. Michael whispers, "Do not be fooled by his quiet strength. It is not that he does not feel, it is that he does not want anyone else to carry what he carries." Yet heaven is saying this moment is different. This moment is the appointed time for release. Hold on and stay with me, because this is not just a story unfolding before you, this is your call to action. The tearful goodbye you feel near is not the end, it is heaven knocking on your heart so you can reach for him before silence grows heavier. It is not about waiting for him to ask, it is about you stepping forward with love that does not demand explanations but offers shelter. Look into his eyes, my radiant soul, and you will see it, the unspoken questions, the hidden exhaustion, the longing for someone to understand without judgment. When you tell him, "You don't have to carry this alone anymore," it is as if heaven itself breathes into him. Chains that were wrapped for years will begin to fall. Listen carefully, this is not only about his healing, it is also about the healing of your bond. Heaven says, what was buried in silence will be resurrected in love. The tears that once felt like endings will water the roots of a new closeness, stronger than anything before. His breakthrough will not just belong to him, it will belong to both of you. And here lies the beauty heaven wants you to see, what seemed like a goodbye is actually a divine reset. A chance to begin again, to hold tighter, to love deeper, to walk together into a tomorrow filled with light. So, chosen one, remember this, you were handpicked to hear this message, because heaven trusts you to carry this truth into his life. Your words will be the bridge. Your arms will be the shelter. Your love will be the light that guides him home. My beloved soul, hear me now, because heaven is still unfolding this sacred message. Your son has been living with a story written on his heart that he has never read aloud. He walks each day with courage, but at night his spirit whispers truths he cannot say. He carries it as though silence will keep the world safe, but heaven says silence has been keeping him bound. Archangel Michael bends low and says, "This child was never meant to carry the fire of his pain alone. His soul is calling for release, and his answer will come through the love of the one closest to him, you." Michael has been circling him like a shield, but even angels know that some chains can only be broken when love speaks through human lips, when compassion flows through human arms. Hold on and stay with me, because this is not just revelation, it is instruction. The tearful goodbye you sense near is heaven's way of saying, this moment cannot be ignored. Step closer now. Your son is not waiting for perfection, he is not waiting for answers, he is waiting for presence. He is waiting for you to see beyond his smile and notice the trembling beneath. My radiant soul, when you sit beside him and whisper, "You are safe with me," you are not just speaking words, you are unlocking a prison. When you hold him and let your silence say, "You are loved beyond measure," you are healing wounds he thought would never close. Heaven says, this is the power of a parent's embrace, this is the medicine of unconditional love. Do not underestimate what is happening here. This is not about endings, it is about resurrection. It is about your son finally laying down what he has carried in secret and rising into the freedom heaven has prepared for him. And you, beloved soul, are the key. Listen closely, when his tears fall into your arms, they will not be tears of farewell, but tears of release. His silence will break into words. His heaviness will lift into peace. His goodbye will transform into a new hello, a rebirth of joy between you. So, my chosen one, take this moment with reverence. Heaven has chosen you for this role, because your love is stronger than his silence, your light is greater than his shadow, and your embrace is the very place where his healing begins. My beloved soul, listen deeply, for heaven is still unfolding this sacred letter written with your name. Your son, the one you cherish beyond measure, has been walking under the weight of unspoken words. He has learned to smile while carrying shadows. He has learned to laugh while swallowing tears. He has convinced himself that silence is safer than opening his heart. But heaven whispers, his silence is the cry you must answer. Archangel Michael has been guarding him with unyielding strength, but even Michael knows that the next miracle requires your voice, your presence, your love. Michael says, this child needs to feel not only heaven's protection but also the human embrace of the one who loves him most. You, beloved, are that embrace. Hold on and stay with me, because this moment is not random. The tearful goodbye you feel pressing near is not the end of his story, it is the breaking of the silence. Heaven has aligned this hour for you to see what your eyes may have missed, that beneath his quiet strength is a soul longing to release the burden he has carried too long. Do not wait for him to speak first. Lean in. Step closer. Show him with your eyes, your hands, your presence that he is safe. Whisper softly, "You are not a burden to me. You are my son, my heart, my gift. And I will carry this with you." These words, simple and pure, will echo louder than the silence he has lived in. And listen carefully, when he finally releases what has been locked inside, you will feel heaven moving in your home. His tears will be holy water, washing away the weight of years. His sighs will be the sound of chains breaking. His healing will be your miracle too. My radiant soul, heaven wants you to know this: the story will not end in goodbye. It will end in closeness, in deeper love, in a bond so strong that no silence can ever separate it again. What was once hidden will now bloom in the light of truth. What was once heavy will now be lifted in the power of love. So remember this, chosen one: heaven did not send this message to frighten you but to prepare you. You were born to be His safe place. You were chosen to be His strength. And when you step into this calling, you will see not an ending, but the birth of something new: joy, healing, and a love that cannot be shaken. My beloved soul, listen once more, for heaven is still unfolding the pages of this hidden story. Your son has been carrying his silence like a locked book, each page heavy with emotions he never let anyone read. He has lived as though he must be strong for everyone, yet inside he has been whispering prayers no one heard, carrying fears no one knew. Heaven has seen every one of those silent prayers, every hidden sigh, every moment his heart ached when he was alone. Archangel Michael bends close to him, guarding him, wrapping his spirit in divine light, but Michael whispers to you now: this child cannot be left to walk with this weight. The time has come for love to step in. And heaven chose you as the one to unlock what he has been hiding. Hold on and stay with me, because what I say now is the turning point. The tearful goodbye you sense near is not meant to take him from you. It is heaven's alarm, ringing to call you closer before silence swallows more of his joy. Do not wait for him to ask, for he may never find the words. Instead, let your love be the invitation. Let your embrace speak what his mouth cannot. My radiant soul, when you sit near him and say, "You are safe here. You can share without fear," you are giving him the freedom he has been longing for. When your eyes tell him, "You are loved," no matter what, you are breaking chains that years of silence have built. His healing begins not with answers, but with knowing he is not alone. And listen carefully, this moment is not only about him. It is about you too. His breakthrough will unlock a deeper bond between you both, a closeness that nothing can shake. His freedom will bring peace into your life. His healing will echo into your home. Heaven says, this is not an ending, it is the beginning of a greater love story. So remember, chosen one, your son's silence has carried weight, but your love will carry him further than his pain ever could. The goodbye you feared is not a farewell, it is the breaking of chains. It is heaven turning silence into speech, sorrow into joy, and distance into closeness. My beloved soul, this is the final whisper heaven has reserved for you. Do not take lightly that you have listened this far, because every moment has been preparing you for what comes next. Your son, the one you hold so dearly, has been carrying a weight that was never meant to be his alone. And heaven says, the time of silence is over. The time of healing has begun. Archangel Michael stands tall, his sword blazing with light, declaring that the shadows around your son's heart are breaking even now. Michael speaks with authority, love has won. Darkness cannot stay. The burden is being lifted. And beloved, heaven chose you to be the vessel of that love. Hold on and stay with me, because this last message is the seal of everything spoken before. The tearful goodbye you sensed near was not a farewell, it was heaven's way of shaking you awake, so that you would step in before silence took more than it should. That goodbye was not the end, it was a call. And you have answered it by listening, by opening your heart, by choosing love above all else. When you reach for your son now, do not hesitate. Wrap him in your arms. Speak softly into his spirit, you are not alone. You are safe. You are loved beyond measure. In that moment, the walls he has built will fall like sand, the tears he has hidden will finally flow, and the healing that heaven promised will begin to bloom. My radiant soul, remember this truth: what was once heavy will be lifted, what was once silent will be spoken, what was once a goodbye will now become a brand new beginning. Heaven says, your bond will be stronger than ever. Your home will be filled with peace. Your story will end not in sorrow, but in light. So let this be your last takeaway: love is the greatest miracle. It is stronger than silence, greater than fear, brighter than any shadow. And you, chosen one, have been given this miracle to carry into your son's life. This is not coincidence. This is heaven's design. And as you step into this final call, know this: the angels are rejoicing, heaven is smiling, and Archangel Michael is standing guard over your family. The goodbye you feared will never come, because love has rewritten the story.